Istanbul. Good to have you back with us, Mehmet. We heard Fahrettin Altun, the Director of Communications for Türkiye, talk about how disinformation seems to be inciting or fanning these protests. Tell us more about what Fahrettin Altun is saying.
Well, at times like this, where there's strong social tensions in the society, disinformation can instigate further tensions, and these tensions can turn into violence and clashes within the society or between some provocateurs and some protesters and the police. I think one of the key issues here is that there is a limit between sharing information. There's a difference between sharing information and that freedom about that, or sharing disinformation that can actually lead to public unrest. And I think there is that thin line that must be respected and observed, and responsibility falls on all sides of tensions at times like this. Right now, there is a case that involves Mr. İmamoğlu about corruption and other allegations, but the opposition has been able to mobilize many people around this argument and in support of İmamoğlu. However, what has been, I think, one of the key moments with regards to these protests as well as disinformation is the fact that the organizers, the opposition-led circles that are organizing, calling for these protests, are not able to control the masses in a way that the democratic rights are practiced, and that includes sharing of information that is not true. The disinformation about the protesters, the disinformation about the case itself, the disinformation about the certain individuals or how things are being portrayed from the opposition side can lead to, first of all, disinformation, and public is misinformed. Secondly, it can lead to, I think, and this is also security related, can lead to public unrest based as the shared information can spread very quickly. That one bit of information at times like this can instigate many violent clashes and violent unrest between simple even individuals. So I think all parties involved in these protests must be very aware of this disinformation and what it can turn into, and acknowledge the fact that there will be ill intention that will be infiltrating into these protests, that also can further escalate tensions. And the opposition and those who are organizing these events must also be aware of this and try to tackle this and refrain from using a language, a rhetoric that could further promote this spread of disinformation.
In remarks earlier today from Ankara, Fahrettin Altun also spoke about allowing Turkey's judicial system to run its course when it comes to İmamoğlu. Explain those comments for us. What does he mean by that?
Turkey has free and independent judiciary, and I think this disinformation, as well as opposition's rhetoric, is in an attempt to manipulate the event and put pressure on the judiciary. The judicial process should be respected in the sense that there is some serious allegations against Mr. İmamoğlu and other individuals. Instead of saying this is a politically motivated case, instead of saying, spreading disinformation and trying to polarize the society further, I think they should be able to answer what the judicial process is arguing and what are the allegations in this case. They should be able to respond to those rather than just simply saying, accusing the judiciary to be influenced by the politics. I think everyone should leave the judiciary alone, and the outcome should be respected. Otherwise, anybody that can have influence over a judiciary or judicial processes in general will try to influence them, and then we will lose this state of law and independent judiciary institutions part of a democratic state. I think that must be respected, and that is not only needed for this case, but for all the cases that involves just simple citizens or other public cases against politicians or other individuals.
Okay, Mehmet Celik, we'll leave it there for now. Great to get your thoughts as always. Thank you.